Coming. If anybody's here. Y'all, I'm so tired. I am tired. I am tired. I'm trying to play with my Facebook here. Trying to make you better, closer. How about that? Facebook is like out there in the yonders. I feel like it's too far away. Okay, hold on. You guys are too far away. I have to do the shindig that I did yesterday with them. Because they're too far away. I can't, like... I thought I had a good place, and then I didn't, so... Me and my big nose are here. Hi guys, how are ya? I'm tired today. Today I have been just sitting around doing nothing. Not really, I mean I always do something, but I just did not want to come on here. Meaning the treadmill, nothing else, just the treadmill. My body is like broken. My body's like, bitch, what are you doing? It also could be because I'm not eating enough. So good. Okay, that's done. Now I need this one. And then we'll get going. I had to put on my sweatshirt this morning because it was cold and I was outside. I saw a sprinkler go wonky, and so I had to go and deal with it. And then I got wet, and then I got cold, you know, all the things. Hello from Netherlands. How are you? We have a Netherlands lady on here too, on this other app. You guys, Facebook is, uh-oh. Can I not see? Do I have to restart YouTube again? Uh-oh, I may have to restart YouTube. Do I have to start, is anybody chatting on YouTube? Is anybody chatting? Do I have to restart it? Have I? Yes, I used to work outside the home. Oh, chat. Okay, it's fine. Nobody was saying anything, so I was like, oh shit. All right, let's get started now that everybody's here. I was like, shit balls. Do you still own the pig? Yes. Yes, I still have the pig. Hello from Georgia. How is everybody? Yes, I still have the pig. She's outside. Where's Pop Salinger? Well, he's never on here. He's sleeping. He's out, you guys. He slept really well last night, so that was good. Yeah. It's always... Oh no, I lost you, Facebook. You're going down. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh. I don't know what's happening. Yo. How did I do this yesterday? Okay. Anyway. Just checking chair to make sure everybody's okay. Happy Wednesday. Grandpa's been home, you guys. We just went into the ER. We got medicine and he's good. Hello from Arroyo Grande, California. Down south, right? Good morning, Carla. How's everybody doing? You guys happy? Sad? Angry? Content? What's the vibe today? Hi, Lou. So anyway, I slept. It's so hot. It's gonna be hot here today too. It's gonna be like 100 today. You felt weak and you fell? Oh no. Y'all supposed to stay on your feet. You're not supposed to fall. Hello from North Korea. You're not from North Korea. Ariel, get the fuck out of here. Hi, Angel. You're here. Okay, Mary. I can start now. It's gonna be hot as balls today. I'm not going outside. I might swim. I don't know. I might give my body a rest from swimming because it's that time. It's raining. Did you Did you block? You didn't block Ariel, right? Ariel's always here giving me shit. He's fine. Oh, I still got my marble? No. My marbles have been lost a long time ago. Chantal, you're not in Hawaii. Your mouth is swollen and you're in Canada. Hi, Sam. No notifications? I just got on 5 minutes ago. So you're good. Oh, the camera's slipping. I'm sorry. Yes, I made you all fall. Do some swimming in a thong. Okay. That'll be $19.95 to watch. If I'm swimming in a thong, I don't even own a thong. I own thong underwear, but I don't own thong bathing suit. No. Nobody wants to see a 51-year-old in a thong. Yo, nobody wants to see that. I mean, unless it's buffered and it's looking prime and all filtered, maybe. You guys, the catheter. You guys are driving me nuts with the catheter. Nothing personal. It just drives me nuts. He has the catheter in his penis for a reason. Because he can't pee on his own. That's why. It's not like we're keeping it in there because we love it. You know? No. Everybody's like, take that cath out. No shit. But if you can't pee, it's either cath in or do you die. Die, right? So, what did I seen your diaper shopping? What did I just say from Canada? Nothing. Because we're in a Canadian stream. No, you're not. But there's a lot of Canadians that follow me. So, I don't know. The calendar, it's like everybody wants a hyperwall. You know, and I just stopped looking at comments yesterday because it was driving me fucking nuts. Well, I mean, if he's going to have the catheter in, it's going to increase his odds of this stuff happening. No shit. You don't think we know that? You think we just are trying to torture him? Y'all, the catheter's in because he can't pee. He's going to have another pee test next week. His appointment was today, but because they got notice that he had a bladder infection, hi Julie, they didn't want to mess with it, right? Because if you have to take the catheter in with an infection and out, you're prone to more issues. You're prone to more issues. So next week he goes back in and most likely he's going to fail the test. And if he fails again, then we have to go to step 5002, which is putting him under anesthesia again to core out his prostate, right? And it's gonna be horrible. He's 93. Can't wear things. I used to be so skinny. Hi, Chris. So anyway, y'all, it's in there for a reason. Stop saying stupid shit. Captain Obvious says, well, it's gonna get good. It's gonna get... No shit. This is the first one in 3 months that he's had an infection in 3 months. The first one. You don't already know. Right. Tammy is like, no shit. You don't think we know that? And I try to clean it. I try to keep everything clean down there, down yonder. You know, but it's going to happen, right? My mom met Ed when I was like 4. Yeah. Hi, Dorothy. So it drives me nuts. My skin gets so just prickly when I read that. I just find myself, I'm not going on Facebook today. Y'all fucking crazy. Yeah, Captain Obvious is like, do you think we don't know, right? Hi, Marty. I'm tired. Too much yard work. Swimming. Hi, Lisa Ramsey. I'm falling apart. I need a man that knows how to do outside things. I need a woman who can clean my house, or a man, I don't care. I used to have a man house cleaner, and he was probably the best one I had. Aside from Jovita, which was my first house cleaner, and she was amazing. Some people, well, most, why, yeah, it drives me nuts. Dan has more patience for that, but I don't have patience for that shit. So I'm like, just stop the obvious. Like, Facebook is like the fucking mecca of idiots, right? Take his catheter out. Okay, you idiots. We'll take it out, then he can't pee and he'll go septic and die. You fucking morons.
People are just thinking it's best service.
Get the hell out of here. Hi, Beach Man.
Are you serious? I mean, I have an idea.
No, I know, but
No,
You
it's a
don't
different
co-
idea.
This
It's
is
about
my.
Aaron.
This is.
I want their opinion. I value
This
your
stress-
monkeys.
this-
I want to know what the monkeys think.
This
so that I
stresses
can-
me out. This is also stressing me out.
Yeah, I know.
Aaron.
Let me think about this though. Can I?
Hop. You know how to do it.
All right. So you can't see
Hop
my
on.
face.
Go side. I mean, you act like you don't know how
Danielle,
to do this.
relax.
No, you're
Close
pissing
your
me off.
eyes. You're sailing on an ocean. You're sailing. It's calm.
I didn't know this
waters.
is it's water.
You're sailing, dear.
Hold on. Alcohol water
Everything
just.
is calm.
No, it's not. You're just giving me anxiety.
Everything is calm.
No, because that gives me
Clear waters.
anxiety.
What about this? So, my nephew is.
Okay, you got to put your
Oh.
coffee cup down,
My nephew is.
and you got to move your foot.
She makes my life so easy. My nephew is a recovering addict, right? And he's been,
Great.
on the streets. He's
I
been
see.
in jail. He's been struggling with this for over 25 years. And he had, that wasn't handled well when he was young. And God darn it.
Spread your legs
kick a
wider.
damn shit. And so
Spread them wider.
he has no real family left because his dad has abandoned him because he's done so many god awful things during his addiction, just to get money, right? It's all about getting money to get drugs. And he's super smart. He's a better singer than me. He's really talented. He's Grandpa's first grandkid. And so I am giving him a chance. He's 40 years old. He's getting out of a halfway house, and he's
41.
got nowhere to go, no money,
41.
no nothing.
41.
So I'm giving him a room over a garage at our rental. We're just going to not rent it out.
And I
give
have
it to him.
I have new renters moving
Yeah,
on
it's
Friday.
a big risk. It's really scary for us, but again, it's family, and I don't believe in giving up on family.
I do.
I know, but I don't. And
I give
so
up.
I'm wondering if we could make maybe you would get him into social media and he could document whether he makes it or not. It's a real serious thing, but if we could start his channel, and maybe that would help him
Okay.
get through.
Bye-bye.
What do you guys think? I'll watch in the comments when I get there. Just
Bye-bye.
wait like a minute before
Go
you comment.
away. Get the fuck off.
And then I'll come in. I'll comment.
Now you're
I'll go,
pissed-
what are your
You're
thoughts,
pissing me off.
Aaron?
I got anxiety now. It gives me anxiety, right? Just because of that risk, And your last one was it? Yeah. Well, let me tell you, he's given him lots. It's his family, right? And so, don't give up. My daughter's 3 years clean. Betty, I give up because he's done so much for this guy. Not so much in the last several years, but now giving him a place to stay with tenants, which is our livelihood, and having risked that, it's a risk. Marty, I think I'm going today. It's a risk. And it stresses me out because there's our livelihood. We're making money, right? So, anyway, I know, but Carolyn, it's not my issue. It's going to be Dan's. I'm just going to have to deal with the tenants if anything, God forbid, was wrong. 41. 41. Him and Josh are the same age. He could swat 100%. But it's Dan's family members, so Dan would literally take him by the hair, rip him out of there, and throw him on the streets. Anyway, so yes, the guy has always failed. Yes, and he's in a halfway house right now. Does sour balls are coming today? I'll let your sour balls. Yeah, I know. Lisa, you make him pay rent. He should pay rent. He doesn't have a job, but he should give us rent. 100%. I mean, obviously, well, I have tenants moving in, Zelda, so it's not an option. So, he should pay rent if he gets a job. He should pay us several $100s a month, low, but enough to make his pay. Does Ed still go to Mark? Christy, Ed hasn't gone to Mark in 2 years. Has it been 2 years or almost 2 years or getting close to that? I know Beach Man because it gives me anxiety because somehow, some way, it's gonna affect me, right? What are you charging? I know, Ariel, it stresses me out. No free ride. I know, he shouldn't get a free ride because he's gotten many free rides. So his mom's fixing up the loft. So if he's gonna fuck up, he's out. He has one chance. Dan said, you have one chance. You fuck it up, you're done. And then we have an updated loft. So, I know, he's torn. Dan always wants to save the world, right? Dan's, especially with his family, he puts more time and his family, not internal family, but his other family, while I take care of our family. No, I know. It's just, it's too much for me. It's too much for me. I'm not paying him. No, I'm not paying any of his utilities or anything like that. So he's gonna have to figure that out. Always galactic, always love to clean up the mess. That's my life, cleaning up the mess, solving the problems. Hi, Lee. Dan's nephew, yeah. My husband has a permanent catheter. He wears the bag when we go out. It's changed once a month. Yep, the catheter's supposed to be changed once a month. He can be your gardener. Oh, no. I really don't want him here, honestly. I don't want him here. So no, no. No, so he's in a separate, my tenants are moving into the main house. There's a shop and then there's a loft on top of the shop. Yeah, so I know, Ashley, it's hard. 9 months sober, that's good, Storms. But still, it provides the anxiety of, shit. No, you can't save the world. That's what I tell Dan. You can't save the world. Save yourself first. Enter a drug house and stole from me. Yeah, that's the problem. I have tried to help family members. They turned my house into a drug home. Exactly, I know. It's always that potential. It has to be tough love. Yeah, and he really hasn't had much tough love. Oh. The treadmill. My treadmill is fine. My knees are great because I'm not running. But thank you for the gift. I think. Anyway, but you get one chance. So you get one chance. That's it. Dan said he knows. Okay, got you, Sam. I tell you when I'm moving in as well. Kenny, you're moving too. It's helping them, and it might help them, Storms, but I don't know, you guys. I don't know. It's stressing me out. But it's something he could do, but, again, then Dan's going to have more energy to put in. He already helped Zach, and then now it's going to be another mission for him with Aaron, and so his time's going to be spent there. So it's a lot. There's a lot of issues with that. Anyway, he's coming from a clean and sober house right now. How many miles do I run? About 3 or 4, or walk. My brother's an addict. Yes, you have to. It's not $500. It's something. I just don't know. The renters know. Yes, I told them. I said, there's a family member moving in. Let me know if there's any trouble, please. So they know. They're like, that's okay. We're barely around. I didn't give them details. They don't technically need to know. But I said, we're letting him try it out. If it doesn't work, then he's out. Oh, Dan said he would build an extra room for me. Okay. Well, you can have a shed outside. They have to want to get help, yeah. I have a stepbrother-in-law that's in 4 and 5, and thankful this time he's doing better. And that's what Dan wants. I mean, he's trying to encourage him to be better, but again, he's done that before, and then it's 41. By the time you hit 41, I mean, it's shit or get off the pot, Kenny, you need to buy the shed. Yeah, we don't got no money to build you one, so you gotta buy it. Hi, Catherine. I love it every day with my son. It goes good for so long. I know. It's disappointing, right? I mean, I feel for Carrie, and I feel for her husband because it's not his obligation, but he does help. He does help him. Obviously, he's the one that makes the money. So, because he loves his wife and whatever. So, he's the one investing in my loft. So he's investing in my loft. He's going to change it up, spend the money. And then we say, let's see what happens. Odds are, statistically, he will probably fail and he will be kicked out, and then we have a space to rent.
But he is not at all violent. He has no history. He's not our family, violence is not the way we solve problems. The only violence in my family, occasional competition between me and my siblings, that was it. If there was a violent thing, it would never work.
He's not violent. I mean, but still, there's still risks with addicts, right? Money.
He's a nice, kind, decent man when he is not.
Heather, yeah, just know we don't send you private messages. We can't police the other accounts that do that, you guys. So just pay attention to what's us. And know that if we're DMing you or sending you messages, that's not us.
I don't think I've ever DM'd anybody that hasn't DM'd me.
Somebody said I would demand weekly drug tests. That's something you could do. Weekly drug testing.
Oh, I could do that.
And then if he gets a job, then he should pay us rent. Absolutely. Not the whole amount, because he probably wouldn't be able to afford it, but he should. He should give us like $200 or whatever he can do. Bye, Christy. Yeah, just know, you guys, we cannot police all the fake accounts, okay? It's impossible. Just report them. Hi, Ash. I texted Grandma this morning. She hasn't responded yet. And so, I know the risk. I was like, absolutely no, but here we are. Thanks, Heather. This is it. Yeah, this one with blue check mark. But who knows? I know, exactly, gal. I know, you guys, I know. I know. I have so much stress right now that included, I know what the risks are. I know. So just, I know. I know. So anyway, did I solve the gumball gifter? I think so. She hasn't really come out to say yes for sure, but I think so. Tammy, I am Superwoman, but Superwoman is losing her powers. Staying in a rental, and he didn't pay any utilities, damaged the property. Oh God. Well, if he damages the property, they're gonna have to fix it. You know what I mean? And Chelsea, and I lose all voice when it comes to his nephews. I lose all voice. I have, my kids get mad at me. Everybody says, you need to say no. I said no. I said no. But this is Dan. I mean, I lose that argument every time. Couldn't be trusted. We loved him. Call him a tortured soul. They are tortured souls, So I lose when it comes to his nephews. It's on him. He'll have to figure it out. I just don't want it to affect the tenants. And they're cool. They're cool. But I'm not giving them, no notification. Sorry, Stu. I've been on for about 23 minutes. Deanne killed the vibe. He always kills the vibe. Living our around trouble within 2 weeks, pawn everything of value. There's nothing in there, right? I mean, his mom will have to give him stuff. We're giving him a space, right? His mom and her husband are fixing it up. Not much that needs to be done, but enough. That's gonna cost probably up to $8,000, maybe. So, in 3 months, we'll probably have an updated, well-groomed loft to rent out. So, in the end, it will, I'm sure, be fine. And then I'll rent the space, because then it'll be all done. Then falls off the wagon. I know, it's hard. It's hard. If he's open to go to church. Yeah, he probably not. No. From the walkthrough, it looks like he won't like the tenants. No, it's so far away, unless he's loud or obnoxious, But it's literally, you know, enough space behind. I know. I expect failure within a couple of months. 100%. Dan's nephew. Yeah, Dan's nephew. I'm just working right now. My focus is on that. Gives me anxiety. Every time they talk about it or I hear Jay call, I get anxiety. And every time he talks about it or asks for the keys, it triggers me. And so we do have big hearts. I don't, because we've been burned so many times from him. And my husband is like the biggest, you know, we can fix them, you know. And so it takes a lot of time and energy from him, and it pisses me off. Because I lose Dan when both of his nephews are here. One is fine, two is like, never mind. Thanks, Ash. So it triggers me. Like yesterday, he's like, I need the keys. Why? Because it pissed me off. They already have a key. I'm sure he has it. Just give me the keys, Danielle. Why? Ask him if they have a key. It's just because I'm so irritated by the whole thing. My intuition, I mean, we know what the history, the patterns are. So it'll happen. And then I'll be able to rent that property or give it to my daughter. I'll let her live in it if it's done. They have to want to fix themselves, I know. So anyway, it should be illegal to be this cute. That's funny. Yeah, check weekly. That's not on me, guys. That's not on me. That's gonna be on Dan and his family. So anyway, let's not talk about my stress, okay? Let's not talk about the shit that's compounding on my soul and killing me slowly. I know Andrew with the kitties is so cute. And so I know, but it makes me feel bad, right? I've got a lot on my plate without having to focus on Aaron, even though it's still there, and I'm so fucking like crazy inside. My tongue is still sore. Where's Kim Taylor? Kim Taylor for both of my tongues. I only have one tongue, but my mouth, yeah, my tongue is off. Yeah. I need a pigeon visit. I've been outside. Oh no, a crash was reported on Bader Road. That's right by me. No, I swim after this, Ash. I swim after this. Who sent the bubblegum? I think Rita, my sexy Rita. My friend Kim Taylor bought me these extra, she knows I love sour stuff, so she'll send me, I know Candy, right? She sent me she likes to send me little gifts here and there. So she sent me sour candies last night. And on the Member Live, I tried them. Made Andrew try them. Made Dan try them. Dan couldn't do it. My tongue, I had 2 of them, and 2 is too much for me. It rips up my taste buds. It is really stressful. Kim, you have no idea. On my new meds, I love them. Jill, they're the best thing that's probably happened to me. In so many other ways than just, my pain's still there. They were awful, Silver. But secretly, I want another one. But I have to get my tongue a break. Those balls he won't eat. They're too, I have to show you the video. Andrew took it when he did it. I was like, Dan, you have to be a trooper. He's like, why? I said, just doesn't matter. These are extremely sour. Once you get through the extreme sour, it's fine. I do too, the rainbow sour belts. They're the airheads, yeah. I know, and so Debbie, Windy City O'Neill, she's like, she loves sour too. So she's like, well, I'm gonna order them. Good morning, Rosie. I am a hard worker. That's the one thing, like, my number one thing would be like, describe yourself. I would say a hard worker. Consistently working hard to keep everything afloat and together. Andrew did do better with the sour ball, but even Andrew was suffering a little bit. That was funny. So you have to watch it you can't. If you're a member, you can watch it if you missed it. My pig's fine, yep. Yes, lots of sugar. So life has been pretty intense lately. So Friday morning, you guys, I'm gonna have to be on here super early. So I have to leave my house about 8:45 to meet the new tenants, give them their keys and all that stuff. So I'll be on like super early. So I'll probably be on by like 7. I'll be on at 7. So just so you know, keep your eye out at 7 o'clock if you want to watch me. So they're moving in at 9. So I got to do all the keys, grab all the paperwork. They've already paid me, so everything's ready to go. Next stop, the office. Yay. It's still stressing me out a little bit, but my friend's helping. So every time I start stressing out, I think to myself, oh, never mind. Caroline's doing the major stuff. Never mind, I got this. We could do this. You know, so, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And a lady who's two doors down from us. She's a massage therapist. She has 6 people who work for her. They do massage and she's doing acupuncture. Always been a hard worker. Yeah, it's crazy, Ash. I've known Ash since she was a little crazy tyke from about 3, I think, if I'm correct, 3 or 4. And yeah, I've known her mom for a long time. Yeah, so Ashley is now, thanks Lillian, watching me. And it's crazy, it's fun, you know? Somebody who I used to take care of is now watching me. Thanks, Ash, for making me feel old. That's all right, love you. She has the cutest kids. I told her she can come and use my pool anytime. I swim in it, but you know, she can. Ashley, even if you have time during the week, you're always welcome. Just say, hey, we're coming over to swim. So, do you like spicy things? Yes, but it kills my stomach. All we can do is pray for you, Danielle. I need all the prayers. Yeah, but you did. Sometimes age helps with that. And, you know, it's your journey, Ash. I mean, you got a journey. And you know, you've learned a lot over the years. And you just got to keep on learning. That's it. Life is just about, like I talk about here every day, life is about just looking forward, not reliving the past, only healing from the past if need be, but forward living. And then just trying to always be conscious of yourself and trying to be the best version of you can be. That's how you get happiness. Nobody's going to make us happy. I always say that. It's not anybody's job to make us happy. Because if we're not happy with ourselves, we won't be happy with anything. Life learning lessons. The little road bumps, I call them. Road bumps. Hi, Deidre. So, and that girl has had some major road bumps in her life. I've seen it. I witnessed it. And now she's a mom of 2. And she's hanging in there and learning and hardworking and just raising a beautiful family. So congrats, Ash. And she had some things, she's still working on some things like we all do. So keep moving forward. And that's the thing that we forget every day, right? We want to live in the past. And that's what suffocates us. Do you still have your ducks? No. We had to get rid of those things. And they went to the pond. Yeah, I'm breaking, generational curses. And that's the problem, you know? I always say, it's always in your hands. You choose. I tell my kids this all the time, Ash. You choose how you want to treat your kids. You choose what mold you're going to break out of. Are you going to stay in the same mold as your parents and past generations? Or are you going to move forward and change that mold? And I always say that to you guys. I tell my kids are always bitching, you know, complaints about dad. And I said, well, choose your mold. If you don't like it, change it, right? You change. You learn from us. You learn from us and what you don't want and what you expect, right? Especially after, the chat does see. You know, you see our relationship, you don't like it, well, choose something different then. You don't like where your life is going, well, change a different path. Stop living, stop hanging on to the past grievances we've had. It's so important because it's hard, Ash. It's fucking hard. And you gotta let it go. You know, you gotta let it go. And whatever you need to heal from, right? Heal from, learn from it, and move on. Shove it off. Say that was something that I did, that happened to me. I learned from it. It changed me as a person. We all have trauma. We all have it. But you gotta live forward, not behind. You gotta do opposite of what your mother did. I'm trying to do the same thing. My mom was great, okay? My mom loved me. She loved her kids. She loved her grandkids. But there's certain things that I didn't like that I won't continue to do to my kids. How does one recuperate from having a friend you've known as a best friend and she no longer wants? Hold on, Janine. I'm gonna try to do this without killing myself. Wants to be friends with me because of a totally stupid reason. Needs somebody's input. Maybe somebody here. Okay, here's what it is. That's on her. You have no control over how she wants a friendship. It's devastating, right? But you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. She has chosen not to be friends with you. That's nothing to do with you. That's on her. And use it as a learning experience. And that's fucking hard. 65 years of being friendship, I would be devastated too. Have your devastation, cry, be upset, but you know what? You gotta fill up your big old panties after your moment and keep trekking forward. That's on her. That's her loss. It's her loss. You can't do anything about that. It sucks. I'm not gonna say it's easy. What if your adult brings up your past and you tell them that was years ago? This happens a lot. I have experience with that. They want to bring up the past, right? We do outgrow friendships for different reasons, but it happens. We outgrow friends. Oh shit! What if your adult kids are always, right? Well, you did this and you did that. I said, you know what? We were going forward. We ain't going back. It's them. That's what the kids do. You know, they want to throw shit in our faces. It doesn't get anywhere with us. It doesn't get with me. When they say that shit, I'm like, you know what? So it happened. Did I know better at the time? Probably not. I didn't have an instruction manual on how to be a parent and mom and a father at the same time. I did the best I fucking can do. Get over it. Build a bridge. I can't change that. That shit, you want to hold on to that shit, that will suffocate you. But I'm still here today. I'm still your mom, and I'm moving forward. You can't blame me for something I did when I was 24, 25, 20. I was still learning. I was still learning. I didn't even know how to be a strong woman at the time, you know? And in the process, I was basically, truthful, like a single mom at the time. I had a bank account, that's it. I was the primary mom and dad during those years. You know, so they're not too angry with me, or they're not, you know, holding on to the past. Most of the kids don't hold on to the past, but one. And she just can't let it go. She can't let it go. I said, you know, you're gonna die with that burden, that heaviness if you don't move past it. And understand that at this time of life, this is what it was. Kids have this narrative for us, right? Kids have this narrative that they expected us to be a certain way. Well, guess what? We all walk out of this life with PTSD. We all walk out of this life fucked up for something our parents did. It's just our brain. It's our brain. Move forward. I don't want it. Yes, holding on only hurts you and damage you and suffocates you. Let go, move forward, get rid of that shit because your shoulders will be so much less like heavy, you know? So I just remind them, don't want to hear about the past. I did what I knew how to do, period. And if you want to hold on to that, that's on you. That's not on me. I did the best I could, given the circumstances. There you have it, period. Move forward. You need to move on. And if you can't move on, then maybe go seek some help because I've moved on. We're here today. Yeah, they have to work through it themselves. Don't end up 60 and still blaming my parents. Yeah, that's what people do. It's like, well, you did this. Okay, fuck me. Does everybody make mistakes? Yes, get over it. So I trust me, I deal with the same shit. I'm like, you're holding on to something that, you know, if if it's your dad, right? Like, I can't change who he was back then. I can't change who he is now. You need to stop creating this image of your dad that you want him to be when he can't do it. Because first of all, he doesn't even know your storyline. And second of all, it's very unrealistic to live by that image you want. Because it's not gonna happen. It's starting to hurt, yeah. Well, you and I talked about that, Ash. You know, you and I talked about that, Ash, too. I mean, you know, you got to heal, right? In your situation, the other party is not going to admit or stop searching for that validation because you're going to get smacked in the face every time. And that's true for most people. You're not going to get that validated. You're not going to get that hurt, those traumas. You're not going to get that validated. That's something you have to work on as an adult. And that's true. I had to do the same thing, you know? So, yes, expectations steal joys, period. Expectations will steal your joy and pop your bubble. I try not to have expectations in people because I always end up hurt. Because most of the time, they're gonna fail you and they're not gonna live up to your expectations, period. Stop with the expectations. Yeah, you can't do it, Ash. Stop it. Stop looking for that because you're gonna get smacked every time and you're gonna get upset and it's gonna bring up old memories. That why? You can't change what happened. It is what it is. Learn from them and be a better person, a better adult to your children, your husband, and everything else. We fuck up as parents. We don't know we're fucking up at the time. We don't realize how much you actually see. You know what I mean? You guys are very observant, but we don't always notice those things until it's late. Yep, expectations will steal your joy. Write that down. Expectations will steal your joy. Yep. So stop expecting that validation, because you and I know you ain't getting it. And if you get it, it's going to just be to quiet you down. Come on. Come on, girl. There's no perfect families. There's no perfect families. No, there's nothing. And our little brains, right? Trauma's not necessarily always abuse or SA. Trauma is whatever our brain decides is a trauma at the moment. We fall, we skin our knee. What? Yes and no. Just because I know too much. Yes and no. Yes and no. That's a tricky line. So, you know, don't let dirty feet walk on your mind. Exactly. But our mind, like you skin your knee, you get yelled at because you were running away from, you know, doing something bad. And that was your trauma, you know, and it manifests itself later in life. So everything we experience, you know, it manifests into our bigger issues as adults. So remember that. Thanks, Katya. We can be so cruel to ourselves too. I mean, and that's what's so horrible as children. Yeah, I do know, but I'm gonna way too much with your situation. Oh, Lord. People are stubborn too. Parents get older, and certain parents are never gonna change. In many ways, Ash. So I, in the last couple of years, have changed tremendously, and for the better, I think. I've learned to reflect on myself. I've learned to let go of certain traumas. I've learned to forgive, right, my behaviors and certain things that I had no idea were wrong. But reflecting back, I'm like, kids, I'm so sorry. You know, and they're like, Mom, you did the best you could, given your situation, which is absolutely 100% true. So my kids, I don't think, are mad at me. So Jennifer gets mad for certain reasons, but it is what it is. That's her problem. It's not a me problem. It's freeing, Stacey, but there's still some things that trigger me. You know, it comes up. It's hard to forget, right? You can forgive and try not to be angry, but you can never forget. But learn from it. You got to learn from it. Hey, Emily. That's okay, Italian girl. A lot of people are saying that. So it's hard, but I've done a lot of reflection.
And let me tell you, it's scary as fuck. Reflection is scary. I've noticed a change in you big time, even on seeing. I know. And it's just, a lot of that, Ash, was so much insecurities, with so many different things, not being able to stand my ground. You know how many times, like, I should have stood my ground with, who, her very well. She was your egg donor. And I was so immature and so naive back in the day that I let people walk all over me. I let people treat me a certain way because I didn't know any better, or I was afraid to stand up for myself, right? COVID was the time of self-reflection for me. It started with self-reflecting and seeing the people that I want in my life, people I don't, people that don't understand me or what I'm doing. And sometimes people don't like where you are, right? Because I'm not available. I'm not available like most people are. It takes a lot, this job that I'm doing takes a lot of time. But what about the people who just dropped me off, right? Just dropped me off, not checking in, seeing how I'm doing, seeing how this journey's going. It goes both ways, right? Friendships is a two-edged sword. And if you have somebody who doesn't reach out, it shows you who does all the reaching out mostly, and you learn a lot from that shit. And it's not, using and manipulation and people who just aren't aware of their behaviors or how they treat people. So I just said goodbye. Sometimes I'm sad, because there's great memories. But what I always say is friends change with seasons, right? Exactly, Ash. Friends come and go. So forever, Janine, whoever said about her friends, I've had friends for a long time too. We don't see each other very much anymore. That's okay. I've learned to be okay with it. My life has grown in a different path. And if I see them, I'll hug them and be thankful to see them. But it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. And I just don't have the time. I barely have the time to pay my bills. I've been wanting to take Ashley's grandmother out. It's Jackie, who I've known for years as well, since I was 19. Her husband recently passed away over a month ago, and she loves a casino. And I want to do my due diligence and spend some time with her because she was a part of my life, right, for so long. And I haven't even been able to do that. Life is lifing. And I texted her because Ashley got her a phone. And I said, girl, I love you. I'm so sorry. I'd love to meet you, spend some time with you at the casino if we can. But you know me, I'm all over the place. And by the time I think about it, with their season, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I've learned it to be okay and not hurt. I hung on to the hurt. And I was like, why am I hanging on to this? It's their choice and it's my choice. And maybe this is just the season of, just letting go. I don't have the time to think about things like that anymore. I can't. I don't, Tracy. I'm so caught up in everything. Honestly, you want to come see me? You have to see me. If I'm a big part of your life, you have to take the time to come see me, right? Because I don't have that time. I'm stuck home caregiving, right? So it is what it is. The people who want to be here show up. The people who don't. And that's okay. I've learned to get over the anger, right? Friends of long 20 plus years. You have to let it go, Janine, if you're still here. It is what it is. And you got to start moving forward or you're just going to be stuck and unhappy. So it's really important. Life is life and it's not fun. It's fine when people, Suzanne, it is what it is. It's a choice. People's lives change, they start having grandbabies. They start being more involved in their kids' lives with the grandbabies. And we don't have that much time of single life. I have a 93-year-old baby. No, I didn't run 10 miles yet. I've only been running for 15 minutes. So you have to let it go. Some friends come and go. They come and go. Her season was here, and I forced her out for a reason, because she became a user. So I know, and that's so sad to me. That's what's so sad to me, is that friends leave when you become a caregiver. Friends leave when you become a caregiver because you don't have time for them. They just walk away. I don't understand. You know, like the expectations they have, and when you can't live up to those expectations. Now, I'm not talking about me. I don't know if I don't think I'm talking about my group of friends. I just think life lifed, and my life is lifing, and you literally just grow apart. COVID also pushed us apart. Andrew also pushed us apart because I was scared. I was scared to be around people. You know, everybody wasn't, but I had to be because of Andrew. So I started distancing myself because I had to, for Grandpa, for Andrew, and maybe they didn't understand that, right? Maybe they felt hurt that I was leaving them, or have kids, yes, and they don't. So it is what it is, you guys. It's not time. We can't dwell on that shit. You're seeing a different side of me. Teresa, I've always had this side. I mean, you should know because I caregive. I am a caregiver by heart. My best friend since 3rd grade just returned me to Florida without even saying goodbye. Oh no, that one hurt. That does hurt. It hurts. Hi, Callie. My main account's gone. Oh, Stewie Stew. Yeah. Remember? And nobody called me about that. You know, nobody checked in when my son was sick. That hurt. You know, that fucking hurt. Nobody called me. Nobody, like, what? That hurt. I held on to that for a while. You also lose family members. Yep, because they don't want to do it. Beachman, I love you. That's why I'm here every day. You guys lift me up. You guys make, even the trolls kind of give me a little spark. So I love that. Bye, Katya. Thank you. Thank you for watching. So yes, Teresa, this is me. This is the real me, right? I am sarcastic, much like my hat says, fluent in sarcasm and sauve blanc. That is me. And that's the problem, is that people don't take the time, right, to understand who I am. And that's okay. That's on you. That's on you. But if you really see the videos, you'll see the type of person I am. I wouldn't have been doing this for 5 years, right? I couldn't have done this for 5 years if I didn't want to, right? Or if I wasn't a true caregiver. I don't like every day. I didn't like it at the beginning. I had problems with that at the beginning. We're huge because of our situation. But you know what? If anything, knowing my story and being here and seeing what I'm doing, getting over that PTSD that man gave me, and I'm still rocking it today, and I'm his #1 caregiver, you guys should see through that. You guys should see through my sass. And I'm sassy when it's required, you know, because that's how I cope. I cope with picking on my husband because he gives me so much to pick on. It makes me have fun with it and internalize something into humor instead of anger. Right? This has become my forum of letting loose and having fun. Oh, no, it's a lot of time obsession, you realize. He has taught me forgiveness, acceptance. Hi, Pappy. And I'm glad you joined the team. He has taught me about forgiveness, and honestly was the one who sparked me into self-reflection, because I knew I had to let go of things in order to care for him. And there was a lot of things to uncover, a lot of things to be at peace with, a lot of things to unhash. He does give me a lot to pick on, trust me. And I'm gonna have fun with it because it drives me fucking nuts. I'm gonna have fun with some of my kids. Bye, Tammy. I'm gonna have fun with it because that's my personality. I joke, I'm sarcastic, I'm sassy. And we do, like, Dan has improved a lot, by the way. You haven't seen too many Kitchen Chronicles, I wonder why. Because the picking teaches him too, because he's on a social forum. So people have that rough edges. Yes, And I don't think I'm rough, but I guess people just see that side of me and they're like, God, she's such a bitch. She's a bitch with a big nose. Maybe that's what I am, a bitch with a big nose. But deep down, the bitches always have a heart, most of the time. So I appreciate it, Beach Man. And my biggest accomplishment in the last 5 years, I'm going to tell you, is Ed. My biggest accomplishment is Ed. For everyone that doesn't know this family, in real life, they were a sassy family far before social media. Yes. Remember, I've known Ashley since she was 3. So her and her mom and I were really close. And there was a time that we were inseparable, you know, and then life lifed and COVID happened, Andrew happened, and Ed happened, and I became in my bubble. She became in her bubble, and it's okay, right? We still have memories. It doesn't mean we don't love each other, right? It just means that we've grown apart, and that's okay. So anyway, it's rough. It's rough. Life is rough. It teaches us some really crazy things sometimes. I'm gonna walk. 4:40. I'm gonna walk a little bit. I'm tired. Yeah, the Kitchen Chronicles. I mean, this morning, what is still fucking irritating was a spoon of honey and peanut butter. He puts the peanut butter in, dips it in honey, and then leaves it on my counter. Yeah. It has been my biggest accomplishment. Yeah. Seriously. I learned to forgive. I've learned from Ed that, you know, you can forgive if you put in the time. I'm a grudge holder, yo. And it's been so hard for me to realize how much I held on to, you know? And Ed, I held on to it. I mean, that first year in my house, it was ugly. It pushed me over the edge, especially with a son that was sick, trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with him. Was it cancer? Was it, you know, I mean, it's god awful. Stewie, you want me to do it here? Oh, let me see. My finger's sweaty, I don't know. Okay. Block account, mute account report. It won't let me make you a moderator. You probably don't have enough. So life is hard. So what I'm trying to say, we got on this serious conversation today, so I apologize. But you got to move forward, people. Stop thinking, stop living in the past. You can't change the shit that's in the past. You can't do it. I mean, so why are you focused and why are you suffocating on that? Let it go. Make peace with it. You're never going to forget it, but let it go. Yeah, Chunu. Yeah. Self-growth is everything. We are always students if we choose to. Our greatest teachers can sometimes be the ones we learn what not to do, yes, or how not to be, exactly. And self-growth, I didn't think it was possible, especially with Ed. I thought that was a lost journey. Now I'm kissing him on the head. Now I'm rubbing his head. Now I'm wiping his butt. I'm cleaning him. I'm doing things that I never in my world thought I would be doing. That's called letting go. That's called letting go. I did it. You know, Cindy, again, it's one of those things that Debbie, it's one of those things that you have to, you know, they have to want to do it. I kind of felt like I had no choice, right? But when you were living in his house, in all honesty, were you a hard kid to deal with and a teenager? Karen, I'm not going to even bother with answering that question. I'm not going to bother answering that question. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my energy. Don't blame it on me. You're not going to self-turn everything on me. Choose to understand the situation or choose not to. That's on you. But when you say something like that, I already know you're trying to be ugly, in all honesty. Before Ed got sick, like dementia before he moved in, no, I couldn't stand him. Because I've been with him for way too long and I couldn't stand him. And it was a challenge because I was the one, you know, people like, oh, and she thinks, you know, she's responsible. I am responsible for him being here. Because if it wasn't for me, he would probably already be dead in a home somewhere. You know what I mean? I kind of like, Dan's like, Mark's like, I'm not going to take him to a home. Dan's like, well, I'm not going to take him to a home. And I was like, I will, you know? And then Dan said, please. You know what, and then I got the guilt, right? You know what's going to happen if we put him in a home. right? And I was like, yeah, and, you know, and then something hit me. There is something hit me, and I was like, it was like a challenge. It was like almost like a competition. I was like, fuck them. I'm gonna make this work, just to prove them wrong. And whoa, that the first year was god awful. I thought I was gonna lose my mind. I mean, honestly, because of Andrew and COVID. And second year, a little bit better. Third year, better. Fourth year, much better. And this year, very good. And he's not the same person, you know, so that helps. You know, in the hospital with the hospital chronicles, you'll see little versions of Ed. Like that's his stubbornness, and yes, dementia too, the resetting, but you get his true personality coming through. And he's a hard one to live with. I wasn't a difficult child. I was not. I was a quiet child, teenage years and all. He was an ass, period. So I treated him like he treated me. How about that? Again, respect is earned. Respect is earned. Period. If you're going to treat me a certain way, I'm going to treat you back the same way you treat me. End of story. Hi, Salsa. Grandpa was still sleeping. People, read Danielle's book. Yes, you should. That's why I love you, Danielle. You got a great heart. And when someone does wrong to you, you find it in your heart. Let me tell you, Dr. Ed was the hardest task I've ever done. And I'm like, it's crazy. You guys have no idea. But if you have just enough idea to know that, I promise you, this was a hard road. And do I get triggered sometimes? Abso-fucking-lutely do I get triggered. Because I've been around him for 46 years. You know, I mean, it's not an easy task. Oh, I'm sorry, Melinda. It's going to hurt for a long time. It's going to hurt for a long time. Anyway, he was never abusive. Ed has never laid a hand on anybody. Verbally, maybe. Verbally, maybe. Where do I find my book? On Amazon. Amazon.com. Just type in Danielle Salinger and all my stuff will come up. Get the workbook with it because it really does help. It could join with it. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Thank you, Ursula. I appreciate that. Title of my book, There You Have It. I had to. My first book had to be my main thing, you know, my main shtick. My main shtick is There You Have It, right? And when I don't say it on a video, people are like, there you have it, Danielle. Where's your There You Have It? I look forward to that. You know, here's the thing. I think that's why you guys don't realize that. And, you know, everybody says, well, yeah, you can borrow mine, Ash, if you want, after I'm done with it. You have to realize that for me, I had a brain fart. Give me a minute. It's had something to do with Ed. Thanks, Jenny. It's a very hard job. It's not. I mean, you know, he's a difficult beast. But that people are always like, well, why does he always remember Danielle? Because we have a history. And I was that last imprint on his history, right? And I'm the constant in his history. I'm the constant in his history. I will sign it. I'm the constant in his history, you guys. And now I'm doing things that he knows I would have never done before. I'm telling you guys. He's very appreciative of me, and he tells me that every day. Every day, like when we're in compromising positions, you know, he'll look at Dan and he'll say, she does a really good job. She's really good, Dan. You know, I mean, what? Hey, get that workbook too, Ash. It'll be good for you. Part of the reflection and shit. There's another one coming out that's going to be a little bit more detailed. It's good to work through those things. Bye, Beach Man. Love ya. You always make me smile. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Yeah, and I honestly, every time, you know, I can be so mean, so mad at the time, and so frustrated because Dan's like, there, you know, my hands are in a toilet, scrubbing a toilet, and he's calling for me, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Give me the wipes, you know, and I'm, and then he's like, Danielle does a good job, and then, you know, you just kind of giggle. You kind of giggle, and you kind of just go, damn it. I know, Ed. Thank you. Did Ed belittle me? Not really belittle, no. He did my mom. He did my mom. Yeah, but not me. Yeah. You got to remember, my mom was there too. So it's not just about me, it's about my mom. It's about living in a house of not a good situation. And it's not just about me, it's also about my mom, right? It's about my mom and the way he treated her, you know, and she stayed. And, you know, you talk about the past and how you blame people, right? You blame your mom, like, what the fuck did you do and why did you stay? At the end of their life, it got better. When I had kids, we became their life, me, Dan, and the kids. They loved being here. You know, they loved sharing in those memories. So it was ugly. When my mom died, he fantasized the relationship, and I got so angry again. He fantasized about a relationship that they never had. You know, in his brain, he thought he had this magnificent relationship, and it was god-awful. It wasn't a magnificent relationship. And, you know, I got so angry at him during that time. And again, it's the guilt, it's not the guilt, it's the waves of the emotions. But when he was talking about her, the way he talked about her, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? I used to be so mad. And it took me years, you guys. I mean, you don't understand. It's not just about me, you know? People don't get that. They think it's just about my relationship with him. A lot of my responses to him and a lot of my actions to him was because of the way he treated my mother. Come on, people. Use your head. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with necessarily me, but it has to do with the environment we lived in and how he treated my mom. Most of it, right? How did your mom and Ed meet? They met through, Ed was a podiatrist, she worked for a dentist's office, and Dr. Fernando fixed them up. And at the time, you know, it was more of a business, right? He was lonely, he wanted a family, because his family wasn't around, and she needed security for me, and she wanted another baby. So yes, emotional abuse is hard, and I guess that's what it is. And it wasn't necessarily to me at all. You know, if my mom needed money to help me for school or something like that, he was always there, you know, helping, but he was just not a great person, not a great husband. So yes. He was a controlling man. He wanted to be boss. And that was a hard time when he moved in, Darren, because, you know, that's why everybody gives me this whole bullshit about, you know, my house, my rules. Isn't it his house? No, it's not his house. Dan and I bought this house. You know, can you change the name to our? But he knows it's not his. He needs to know black and white. He needs to know. He needed to know because he took control. Remember, he started charging us rent and shit when we tried it your way, you know? Yes, you own the house. Okay, well, you're holding the refrigerator door open too long. Did you pay me rent yet? Turn off the lights. I don't know PG&E, you know? I mean, you guys, he's very controlling. Hi, Foops. About Ed and my mom. Poopa, are you really this slow? So, he does not think he's married to me. Absolutely not. You guys stop with the ancestral bullshit. Like, it's so disgusting. That's not even ancestral. What's it called? Like, what's that? What's the term for Ed? Like, it's creepy. Stop saying Ed has the hots for me. Stop making it gross. No, that's not the way it works. He might say things now. Yes, he charging us rent. Did you pay your rent yet? So we had to show him bills. It's not funny. It's sick. People, the comments that I read, and they're like, I think he wants Danielle. God, you guys. No, not at all. You know, he might forget for a minute and think, oh, like he did the other day and said, how did I marry such a young woman? But, you know, that's the cognitive decline. Stop talking about that. Yeah, it grosses me out. It's enough with that bullshit. It's gross. I'm gonna start blocking people for saying that bullshit. Hi, Roberta, how are you? Was he mean to his first wife? I don't think at the beginning, honestly, Patty. I think when I asked Joanne, was he like this his whole life? She said no. he was actually, she enjoyed him for the first half, I guess. And then he just started changing into him, you know? And so it became hard, you know? I mean, I have no right to talk about Ed and Joanne because I don't know. I only can talk about the things that I do know about, you know what I mean? And I just know stories and stuff that Joanne tells us and stuff like that, but I don't know anything more than that. So I can't talk on something that's not my business. He always has cared for his well-being of his family. I mean, in his mind, even when he was doing that shit to my mom, he still loved her, right? I mean, it's weird. It's just weird behavior. With Ed, I get the feeling he was the same. Yes, he was the same way. Same way. So, you know, it's hard for her sometimes to be around him. You know, he's mellowed out. At the beginning of the disease, it was really hard for her to be around him because he was just, you know, wouldn't let it go. Yeah, I know you're lost. So, well, how long have you been following me? For the love of Pete. My mom married Ed when I was 4. Yeah. So, my mom and Ed married Ed. My mom and Ed married Ed. My mom married Ed when I was 4. We lived in a house as a 3-person family. And then Josh came along, and there was 4 of us in the house. And then at 19, I got the hell out of Dodge. Somewhere between 17 and 18, I fell in love with my husband. I fell in love with him actually the first time I saw him, and I was 5-ish. Yeah, I knew he was going to be the one I married. Yeah, and I didn't see him for years until Josh and Aaron came around. Carrie had Aaron, my mom had Josh, and they were like 6 months apart or something. 6, 8 months apart. And so the family just came together, and we always had Sunday dinners and stuff like that. And my eye was on him. He was a sexy little beast. Yeah, and he was like, get the fuck away from me. Anyway, so we succumbed to our desires later in life, and then at 19, I moved out with him. Yep, there it is. Have I always been a tomboy? I'm not really a tomboy. Just because I wear a backwards hat and I wear athletic wear, that makes me a tomboy? Yeah, no. Yeah, I can't change. They're set in their ways. But Ed's really easy. Ed's super easy. Ed is like, any change, he's like when we put on undergarments, right? It's so easy. When we took away his car, a little bit more of a trouble. When we sold his house, he was like, all right, it's something, you know. But the car was probably the biggest challenge with him, the car. But now he's just a different person. Honestly, he's a different person. I mean, he's actually a pleasure. And it's sad because, you know, unfortunately the disease changes you. And it changed him for the better. It makes it easy to care for him, you guys. If he was still the same way, I couldn't have done it. Okay, enough of this shit. Car represented independence, and he still is. Like, he's been asking about his keys in the last couple days. Where did I, in the car, I started in the hospital. Where did I park? Don't worry, Dad, you ain't driving. Oh, that's ridiculous. I'll get myself home. I just don't know how to get there. Exactly. She was the aggressor. I had seen her later on in life, and I had to do it. You did? You did it? High five. It didn't work out with you, though? Drake, how is this the first time I found this out? Drakey holding out on some secrets, yo. My favorite tequila right now, Calvin, is Flecha Azul. It's Marky Mark's. Hold on. Why did people, what? Hold on, I'm still waiting for Drake to respond. You gotta get some faster fingers. Drake, no, you haven't. Drake did it. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Drake in his one sack had sex with his stepsister too. You gotta do it sometimes. I mean, there's no blood, for fuck's sake. Good job, Drake. You had never told me this. I would have remembered something as similar to our situations as this. I mean, I know you didn't marry her, but gonna take the Lamborghini for a spin. You go, girl. You know, Lamborghinis aren't my favorite. Hold on, TikTok, Facebook, whoever you are. Hold on a second. I know you're all like, I'm dizzy. Thanks, Karen. I appreciate that. I'm pretty much amazing. I've learned to accept my strengths, and for anybody I take care of, they better think I'm amazing, because I think I am. I do it well. No one prepares caretakers for, no, you learn as you go. I mean, you learn as you go, and I've learned to accept the fact that I'm pretty damn good at what I do. I got your book today. Oh, thank you. There's a lot of Canadians that got that. Yeah. I do what I do. I do what I have to do. I don't always do it, you know, with a smile on my face, but I still do it even with a growl. It's okay. Like life is life. It is what it is. Just because I'm not happy about it and I'm pissed off about it, like today, I was like, I just don't want to adult, you know? Um, I don't. Well, here's the thing, Eileen. The constant asking about the car, say, show me your bedroom if you can't find it. I can't do that, Eileen, because he doesn't walk. He doesn't walk. You know what I mean? I bought your book also. Woo! Yeah, he doesn't walk. So I can't say, thanks, Eileen. Do you and Dan ever go to Vegas? We went to Vegas. I was in Vegas. Actually, when did we go? In April. I was just there with a group from social media. Yeah. We go every year, Calvin. So hang on until April next year and we'll be there. Dan and I can't get away together anymore. Dan and I are done getting away together until you know when. And it's just unfortunate. It's the way it is. We don't trust anybody to do this job. It's a very difficult job. And if you don't know how to do it, yes, Allie, I had a book. Yeah, when did we, May, the first week of May, we were trying to get it done by my birthday. So the first week of May, I published it. Oh, I didn't publish it, my writer published it. Thanks, Anne. So no, Ed is not my dad. He's my stepfather, technically. There's no blood relation. No, Josh. Now, Josh is my brother, right? He's actually Dan's brother, too. My mom and Ed had Josh, right? So then there's Josh. So that becomes a half sibling for me and a half sibling for Dan. But I'm the closest with Josh. He only likes me anyway. Just kidding. Not kidding, really. Shh, don't tell anybody. No, Ed doesn't walk. No. He broke his hip 3 months ago. The book is called There You Have It. I've never been to Vegas. I should tell you. Yes. Vegas is fun, Ash. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you don't really drink, but am I a Michigan State fan? No, one of my really good friends is in Michigan, so she sent me all the Michigan stuff. Yeah. Did all the family visit? Why is everybody so worried about Adam? Because are you reading, Eileen? Are you reading stuff on the internet about Adam? Is that what's bringing him up? Yeah, you guys, crazy. That triggers me too. Well, what about Adam? Eileen, what do you really want to know? What do you really want to know? Because I know that's just passive aggressive. The book is called There You Have It. Did I just say that? Yeah. And since I didn't like her dad being with my mom, I enjoyed it even more. How many times did you do it? How many times? Bang, bang. How many times? Was it a while? Nobody's story to tell but Adam's, right? And I hate when people do that. They do that shit. Well, what about Adam? Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? What's the big deal? We haven't read the card. Fuck. Lisa's bossing me around already. This is all in my book, yeah. Affirmation for a badass. You can read it while you're jumping off the bad food for the cows. This is going to be a 2-card day. Yeah, we self-published. Me and Christy, yeah. It was a whole relationship. We fell in love. You did? Wait, what? You just said you banged her. You fell in love for a minute? You had a relationship? What? Drake, now you gotta message me, bruh. Now I'm really interested. This is stupid. What size shirt? A medium. Yeah, a medium. A medium in men's. I like men's shirts. I don't like the women's shirt. Do you pay the neighbor for eggs? Yes. Thank you, Dago. I did. I think it's cool to watch Ed. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, it's anyway. This is stupid. Yes, Danielle. Everyone remembers this, but you. How long did you have a relationship with her? I didn't know this. It must have been when I wasn't paying attention, bitch. No, Lillian, that's not the only reason why. But, so I have a kick-ass life. I don't like this. No, this is, hi, Kim. This is ridiculous. 3 years ago, you bought her the Birkin? Did you buy her the Birkin? Bruh. How long were you in a relationship for? We should have married and then we could have been twinsies. Yeah. Did your family know you're in a relationship? Shit, this is good stuff. Drake, I need to know all the answers and all the questions. Hold on. He's probably told me no, he didn't, because we weren't talking like this 3 years ago. My tongue is horrible. You got to tell me the backstory with the pig. I wanted a pig. Typed it last 3 years. Oh, it lasted 3 years. And 3 years ago, and yes, they know. Did you buy her the Birkin, bitch? I asked. And I wanted a pig. And my acquaintance at the time was breeding pigs, and I saw her, and I fell in love with her. My tongue, one of my friends, Kim Taylor, it was a 3-year relationship. Shit. Okay. Somebody bought me freaking these sour things, and they broke my fucking tongue. Who got the Birkin? We must know he bought a bitch a Birkin. No, I'm still with the girl I bought the bag for. Okay. Drake diddled his stepsister. I love it. High five. High five. I love it. I love hearing stories. You get it, bruh. Get it. You did. Never mind. A 3-year relationship. Wow. What, I mean, was it, I just farted. Ooh. I just gassied. It's bad. I've been eating a lot. No, it doesn't make me have a big O, but it just made me gas a little bit. Okay, next, whew, God, and it's hot, so it just stays stagnant. I am my own cheerleader. I mean, duh. Who else is going to cheer me on? Stupid. It's going to be a 3-card day. Hi, Shirley. We don't like that one either. We don't like that one, right? Yes, I am gross. Well, you did, diddle. I don't like this one either. This is going to be did you not diddle? I mean, we know you poked her, but never mind. I'm thankful for my fucking amazing life. Stupid. I don't like that one either. 4th car. We're going for 4. Stupid. Okay. This is great. This one we're keeping. Yeah, the whole deck day. This one is a good one. Are you ready for this one? I don't have to be perfect. Be fucking awesome. That's right, bitches. Nobody has to be perfect. You just have to acknowledge when you're not so perfect, because we are perfectly imperfect, and that's okay. As long as we know that and we admit it, that is the way to be fucking awesome. That's right. No, my mom's not Joanne. My mom's Janice, his second wife. Oh, fupa. I mean, get with it. I need Doc. You're addicted to your phone. Well, it looks like you're addicted to yours too, Canuck, because you're always on here bitching about something. Maybe God needs to bless you with his life, because I don't believe in God, so he ain't going to help me. I'm the only person that helps myself. I went ball deep. Did she take up ball deep? Was she able to fit? Anyway, that's good. 3 years. And then you just broke up. Wait, why didn't you get married? I want to know now. Why didn't you get married? There you have it. Yes. So those of you who think you're perfect, 2. Joanne is Dan's mom and his 5 kids. And Josh is my mom. No. Josh was... What am I saying? Oh, Allie, thank you. You know who wanted a chapter in my book. She was mad that I didn't put her in it. Could you imagine? What did I just say? I'm confusing myself today. What the hell, Fupa? You're making me confuse myself. Mom is Janice. Dan's mom is Joanne, and she birthed 5 children. Thank you. He had Josh with Janice. Josh is attached to Janice, J and J. Although Joanne's a J too, but Janice. My mom's real name was Jenny, by the way. Her birth certificate, I'm confused. Josh did not birth anybody. He penetrated his wife and birthed 3 kids. Well, she technically birthed 3 kids, but Josh is my mom's child. I am my mom's child, and Josh is my mom's child. Therefore, he's more my brother than he is to anybody else. And we have, yes, she wanted a chapter in her book. Yeah. And she was like mad that I didn't put her in it. But this was at the last phase of our relationship. Anyway, yeah, Josh is me. Josh and I are close. We're probably the closest in the whole family, me and Josh. Josh is like my brother, you know? He's my mom's child. That means we're full brothers. Not really, but it's fine. Did you talking about those ulcers? Yes. I'm really close. You know, Rocky's like one of my best friends. I mean, we call each other daily. We bitch to each other, you know, bitching about the Salingers because we're married to Salinger men. I tried to tell her before. I'm like, this is what you're going to have to do in life. She didn't believe me. And now I'm like, girl, I already told you what to do. She's like, I know. So now she's listening to me, which is good or bad. I don't know. But you gotta do your thing with the Salingers. So who the old lady that comes over sometimes? Joanne. This guy. The smells of the fecal matter are getting to your brain and eating it alive. Joanne is Dan's mom. That's the old broad. And don't call her old. Yeah, she's old. She's 80 something. Shit. I'm old. Dan's mom. Yeah, so Dan's. You think my mom? You think that's my mom back from the dead sitting on the fucking couch? Hey, Ed. How's it going? I'm back from the dead. What the fuck is your problem? You think she's just reincarnated sitting on the couch? No. That's not my mom. She up there, bruh. Actually, she down there. She doesn't deserve to be up there. She was a wild, crazy bitch. My mom. Sorry, Mom. Is that too much? All right. She's going to come haunt me today. I bet you watch. It's going to happen. Something's going to happen, and she's going to freak me the fuck out today. She does. Joanne's 88. 88. Danielle's, yeah, but if she was the pigeon, why isn't she back? That's the thing. My mom died before, yes, the first wife. Yes. Am I drunk? Yes, Geraldine. I actually go to bed with an IV full of vodka. Kettle One, because my friend says I can only drink. Anyway, Josh is a Salinger. Josh has both characteristics of my mom and Salinger, but mostly Salinger. It's crazy. I have to slap him around a couple times, you know? Yeah, I know. Well, now you know. Now you know after like, it's been out for like 3 years. Shit. So yeah, yes, I start with an IV. Dan changes my bag multiple times during the night. So when I wake up, I can start caring for my bag. Don't you see it? It's right here. My bag of, you know, IV fluids, you know, Kettle One. Anyway, we got trolls on the Facebook, of course. Big surprise, you know, there's more trolls that write on my pages than show up. So welcome to the first troll showing up. Anyway, I haven't seen Beamers in a while. Yeah, he's here. He's skinny. I got to get this death threat on the thumb drive. Oh, yeah. I love my death threats. God, they're great. I look at them now. The first one was like, scared me. The more that they come in, it's just like, oh, is this all you got now? Is this all you got? Karma's going to get you. Get lost in the fog, you know? What else? What else? You know, shit. Somebody's coming for you. You better watch your mouth. I know where you live. Yeah. Oh, her people. Did you hear about the whole, yeah. So anyway, I love the death threats. They turn me on a little bit. Yes, I did tell Jennifer. She was disgusting. She was totally disgusted. She's like, Mom, she hates anything associated with social media anyway. So when I told her about it, she's like, that's gross. I'm like, just so you know, Dad is not your daddy. Grandpa is. And she's like, what the fuck? I said, well, there's a theory behind that. I didn't even tell Josh and Rocky about what happened. I need to tell Josh that Jennifer's his sister now.
There was fire up there.
I know. I called to make sure they were okay. Duh. My baby, my dilly pop is in there. In their house. Oh yeah, I get death threats all the time. Dan's never got a death threat, but I get them. Isn't that weird?
Is that a signal? Let's go, baby.
Hey,
you don't have to jiggle it twice.
You know what I learned today?
Jiggle?
No. You know what I learned today?
What?
Drake. One sack Drake.
Yeah.
Had a relationship with his stepsister for 3 years. Now they hate each other. But they did. I said, so Drake boinked his stepsister. He said, Danielle, you know this. And I said, no, I don't. Hi, Mando.
Did she like that unisac?
Yeah, she took it in the mouth.
Really?
Yeah, one sack. One sack is easier than two. Yes, I do, actually. I'm absolutely, this is like, what's a day without a death threat?
I know. Ask Dan if you're ever confusing. He's always confused by me. Just talking. I know. Did you see that? He's like, he didn't ask for it this morning. What did I say? You said it. And he bought her a Birkin bag. At least it's in the family. See, that's your stupid fault. You should have bought her the Birkin bag because it's all in the family. That's what Ed always says. Well, all in the family. You know, when he he said Ed would pay for lunch, Dad or whatever, it's all in the family. So we joke, it's all in the family. So you fucked up. Don't bring up her kids. Whose kids? You had kids?
Tells right. That's what I thought. Ours is going to be like a quick hookup. And
Drake,
then,
now Dan's, he's coming back out. No, I know the new lady has a Birkin. I'm just saying, if he kept the Birkin in the family, you could have easily taken this back. God. Yes, Fupa, Dan is always confused by my words. Oh, shit.
And by the way, tell Cha-Cha I didn't kill any vibe.
You kill vibes every time. You come out and you suck.
Dance.
You suck away my vibe. You come out and I'm getting loose, I'm ready to perform, and then you're like, oh, by the way, Aaron. And then I immediately, like, my shoulders go up here.
To America.
Christy Lee's like, oh, she's drinking already. She's a drunk. I'm a drunk. I told her you changed out my vodka bag.
Did you spike up that?
Mm-hmm.
You spiked it up?
Mm-hmm. I told everybody I had a Kettle One IV bag. It's right here.
I will tell you something. This is kind of funny. This is kind of funny on this tune. So on Father's Day,
excuse me.
You know, luckily I wasn't drinking anything. She had a glass of wine with everyone, you know, in the morning, and when it came time to get, you know, we had to go to the hospital. I'm like, hey, you know, I don't want to go alone to the fucking hospital and sit there for 10 hours. It's miserable. So I'm like, hey, come with me. We'll make a day out of it. And we're driving. I'm like, hey, maybe we can go to the hospital bar and, you know, throw down a couple, or the hospital cafeteria. But
no, that's not what he said.
They don't sell beer.
He said maybe we can find a room in the hospital, like Grey's Anatomy.
We can sneak around the hospital and find an empty room
and dink and diddle the.
I mean, was that not a cool way to spend Father's Day in a hospital? Sneaking into a room. We did it once in Vegas in that hotel. We snuck into some open room we found in the Hard Rock.
I was
and
also
just prayed
like
that nobody walked in.
I was also 26, young and
we did it on someone else's bed I mean, I can't freaking believe it, but it wasn't cleaned up. The maid must have started and then went out. That's what I wanted to do in the hospital. Mm-hmm. But it didn't work.
No, because he was showing his Willis and Doodleberries. He was trying to get up
out of it. Well, yeah, we couldn't really leave him.
I mean, he was like exposing everybody. Deanna's like, it was so funny because Deanna was like, Dad, we got to cover that shit up. I got to get out of here. Give me my pants. I need my pants. Oh, that was crazy. I don't know. Dan, he's a dog. I mean, I'm like Grey's Anatomy. Dude.
I mean, I gotta get him up.
He's still sleeping?
Yeah, I mean,
because he slept. He's got some ketchup. But yeah, it's 10:30. Get him up. I love the push for the spotlight. You know, Willis and Doodleberries. Till you get banned, I can't see Dad while he's here in the hospital there. It was so funny. He did have a urology appointment today, you guys, but he has an infection. So when you have an infection, you don't want to deal with a catheter. We leave the catheter in, we treat the infection, and then he goes back in a week for come on. You guys, he has an infection. When you deal with something that's internal in your body and you have an infection, you don't want to mess with that. That's common sense. So they actually called because they got the notification that he was seen for a bladder infection. And they're like, nope, we're not going to do it today. We need to wait till next week. So Willis and Doodleberries came from She's the Man. If you are a She's the Man lover, that's where Willis and Doodleberries come from. He's showing his Willis and Doodleberries to everybody, you know. So I've always said Willis and Doodleberries. Adam is his brother. There's Dave. Let me see if I can get the order right. Dave, Mark, Carrie, Adam, Josh. I think this way. Dave, Mark, Carrie, Adam, Josh. Adam, Dan. Did I say Josh the first time? Fuck. Dave, Mark, Carrie, Adam, Dan. And then Josh. God, I'm confusing myself.
Lord have mercy. So anyway, yes, and sometimes he's surprised he has 5 kids, you know? He's like, I got 5 kids. Wow, I was busy. um, for a long time. Yes, he's had that catheter for a long time, 3 months to be exact. Ever since he had his operation, I think that was about 3 months ago, right? March, April, May. Yeah, going on fourth month. And it is the way it is. I mean, you guys, he needs it. He can't pee on his own. And if you can't pee on your own, you will die from backup of urine. He has 6 kids, 6 kids. I need an assistant today. Anyone want to help? No, I need it. Josh is the youngest. Josh is 41. Don't like Carrie, something about her. Oh. I'm just going to smile. Dan is a dirty dog. Yeah. Dan is a dirty dog. Dirty, dirty dog. He's a dirty down dog. Dirty downward dog. He's a dog that's dirty. And he's got 5. No, he's got 6. He's got 6. He's got 5 from Joanne and 1 from my mom. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6. Josh is the product of my mom and Ed. 5 is the product of Joanne and Ed. 5. Dan was a mistake. And then he's here. Most likely he's going to fail his pee test next week too. I mean, it's just going to be the odds of it. It's probably going to fail, even with all this Flomax and shit like that. It's just going to be the nature of the beast. He's old, blah, blah, biscuit. He'll probably have to have a surgery, and it'll probably take another month to get him in to have that surgery. So, God, Dan and I are not related. There's no blood related to us. So get over that and stop being gross. Just stop being gross. It's not worth being gross on my channel because I will block you. Yeah, and it's not new. People don't pay attention. I said my mom, yes. My mom and Ed had a baby. His name is Josh. Janice, my mom, Ed, penis and vagina, sperm swim to the egg. They produced Josh. He's here. So Ed has 6 kids. My mom's dead. You know, she would still be here if she didn't die. But she's dead. She died of lung cancer. We share a brother, yes. But he's more my brother than he is Dan's because he's from my mom. You guys, anybody who asks questions about Adam, he's a brother. He's a brother who lives in Santa Cruz with a family. That's Adam. Stop asking. Jesus fucking Christ. Now I need a drink. Y'all making me need a drink this early. Well, people are going to be so stupid. Can I do the explanation again? Well, have you ever heard of the birds and the bees? There is, and your stepson. I don't have a stepson. All my children came from my vagina. Dan had no children before me. He penetrated all 3 eggs himself. So Dan is the father of all 3 of my kids. Whatever anybody says, no, there's no penetration with Ed and me, and my kids are all mine. There's no hanky-panky. There's no additional fathers. Dan is the father. We don't need Jerry Springer to tell us that. I can tell you every 3 times we fornicated, the only 3 times, and I can tell you when they were each conceived. I need a drink, Ash. Like, fuck. I still don't get it. Fuck you, Zelda. Yeah, I have no stepsons. If I had a stepson, that would mean that Dan was fornicating and had a baby with somebody else. Now, he fornicated before me, but as we know so far, there is no baby that has shown up. There's no babies. There's no babies. So he didn't impregnate anybody but me. I was the lucky winner. Chicken dinner. That's it. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. Ed, my mom, fornication, Josh. Does that sum it up? And if it doesn't, Write it down. Yeah, there's no little Dans. Could you imagine? Yes, Dan's got my kids. He's got some Japanese kids. He does? Everybody's going to come on now and they're going to be like, hey. No, and Ed wasn't, everybody was like, we don't, Dan, fuck. What is going on? He's not more than a father-in-law to me. Ariel, stop making it more than something it is. Ed is my father-in-law, period. He's not my father. I never called him dad. I never thought of him as a dad. I hated him a majority of my life until he moved in with me. I've hated him up until like 3 years ago. We're going to give it till 3 years where I started adjusting and letting go. Copulating. Oh, you don't like yeah, I just got him out. That last thing was a little too much for me. So the youngest Salinger son is Josh. He is 41 years old. That is my mom and Ed's child. Yes, my mom and Ed's child. I'm about to lose my patience here. Fuck, my neck is hurting. Yee. Do you feel comfortable with why I didn't like Ed? Everybody knows this because he wasn't a great person. That's why. I mean, he loved his family, but he was just not well for me or my mom. He killed my mom. Just kidding. God, just kidding. He actually helped my mom while she was dying. So, yes, Linda. So I married my stepbrother. Yes, I did. Alert the media, alert the presses. For fuck's sake, now we're getting it. It's raining like hell. Oh, you can't, that's good because now you can't work in your yard. Dan in 3, 2, 1, right? He's gonna come out and he's gonna be like, that was totally inappropriate. It's a joke. I can't joke about that. She is dead. I mean, you know, people wonder. No, she had cancer, people. It's okay. He didn't do anything. He kind of did, you know, help her take the next step in life, but she needed to go. So I actually would have done the same thing. Do you think they would still be married? Absolutely, they would still be married. They would be living life with us. I mean, they would be here. My mom would be here, probably doing things with me. Was it cool to have a little baby brother? No, he was a menace. I had my own phone in my room, you know, my own line, because Ed bitched about me monopolizing the phone. He wouldn't get call waiting. He would not get call waiting, people, because it was too much money. And so my mom bought my own line in my room so I could talk on the phone and not worry about it. And she got me, you know, call waiting and all that stuff. And Josh used to come in all the time. Yeah, I moved out when Josh was 9, 10. So I grew up with him up until that time. So, I mean, it's 10 years, 11 years, difference between us. Now I think he's the greatest thing on earth, right? Because you grow up, you move up, and you have this brother and he's produced kids. And I'm really close with my sister-in-law, and life gave me a wonderful sister-in-law. I couldn't have asked for a better sister-in-law ever. My stepsister married my cousin. Yeah, in-law. It's too complicating. Yeah, you just keep out the semantics. Just, yeah. Hi, Janice. How are you? Yeah, watching it. Working on probate. Ooh, that's not fun. Yes, Ed was very cheap. Cheap, very cheap. I pay my neighbor $12 for 2 dozen eggs. Yeah. So, no, I have, my dad had 2 kids, Matthew and Michael. And they're in Nashville, my hometown. I am on YouTube. Oh, you're not. Oh, hi, Chris. So anyway, it's too complicated. I don't, yeah. It's too complicated. I don't want, I'm starting to get irritated. Just truth. Why tell us he was cheap? Why not? He was. Somebody asked. My half-brother married his half-sister. Are you a specific religion? People are odd in the South marrying family. God, I'm not, I just,
I can. Anyway. You can't find me live on YouTube? Chris, I'm literally right here. Chris is having trouble getting in. That's what he said. I don't know. He's making you money now. Yes. So I'd like to report TLM that I made 1 cent on Meta for my bonus. 1 cent. 1 cent I made. I showed my Zoomies, said, check me out, y'all. Don't be jealous. I got a bonus of 1 cent. Is that even possible? Can they even pay that out? I have no idea. I got 1 cent. TLM. But it doesn't take away the fact that it's fucking hard work. And until you do it, shutta. You know what shutta means? Yeah, I think you can figure it out. Yes, I'm getting a headache too, John. Fuck. I was rude to not having call waiting. That was cheap reference. Breathe. As far as the money is concerned, y'all, let me open your eyes to a little something. For those of you who've been around for a while, have seen Ed and have heard him talk and saying, you know, when Dan has said, hey, Dad, you know, you're helping me out. You're making me money. Every time when he was in the Wall Street Journal, every time he did an article the Wall Street Journal is a pretty fucking amazing article. And then, all these other things that he's done over the years. And Ed's like, that's great that I can do that for you. I want to help my kids, right? I want to help my kids. So it's not something that is a bad thing. And y'all wanted to attack like this making the money thing. And it's kind of disgusting. Thanks, Cindy. We got lucky, right, with people falling in love with Ed, and therefore it's made us prosper. And we have become so much happier with social media because it's a great way to cope and to help others who are going through the same thing. Now, my platforms have kind of expanded on myself, and people have loved my take on social media, whether it's with Ed or how I cope with Ed, or it's with you guys and helping you on serious, relatable instances. We got lucky. Dan was an attorney, just so you know. Dan made more money as an attorney, common sense, than he does with social media. We don't make as much money on social media. I have to work and I have to do social media too to help contribute to the family, right? Which means if we're working, we're also, guess what? Helping Ed, right? So he has money that he can use when life like this and you need $30,000 to fucking write out for medical expenses and caregiving, right? So our money that we make goes to Ed too, like it would with any normal family. And his money literally is for him for lifetime, big expenses. So you guys need to stop being so ugly about social media, because then you can attack everybody else. And let me tell you, there's a lot of bigger people out there that make more money than us. We are peons in compared. And some months are great and some months suck. And we have to save. We cannot spend money a lot. And most of our money goes to our kids anyway. So, and that's just the way it is. Don't be ugly about it. Don't be jealous. If you want to do something, do it. Try to do it. This isn't easy. Social media coming on here is not easy. This takes work. You should see me before I came out. You should see me. The penny machines are expensive, bruh. You should see me before I came out. I did not want to come on here, right? I didn't want to come out here. It took 2 of us to also caregive for his dad. It's not a one-person job. And a lot of you who are doing it by yourself, we commend you, because there's no way I was willing to do it by myself because I have so much other stuff to do. Dan had to let go of law. Plus, he wasn't happy with it, right? It was affecting his stress level, his health, and all those things. And luckily, we got in a position where we could do this. Yeah, we're lucky. It pays the bills. It pays the bills. But don't forget, law makes more money. That's how we have these things, right? Is him money making and me being at home, allowing him to do that. I wish I could allow him to do more of that because Mama wants a new car. So anyway, those are I would definitely have my G-Wagon. I definitely would. Because, think about it. If Dan was working law and making the money he did, the money that I make on social media could have paid for my shit,
I wouldn't have had to contribute it to my kids and give them money for school and shit like that. You know? Shit. What a kind of Oreos? What a kind? Does he get any retirement from law? The retirement of law is our investments, houses that we bought over the years, yeah, gold, silver, pennies. He loves pennies. So yes, he's been very, very. That's investment. That's what investment is. Yeah. Hi, deeds. Yeah, he contributes to his 401k. He did. I mean, he doesn't contribute anymore. He's not working, yo. He's not working. Dan is my dad. Yes, I look like Dan, right? Adam, you're an idiot. Bye. Bye. Yeah, so no. Yeah, he contributed 401ks. I don't think we have an IRA. We might have. I don't even know what we have. Honestly, I know what I have, which is like the cash. Dan doesn't have any cash, but I have the cash. I'm in the money. I'm in the money. And you got to think too, taxes. When you're self-employed, we get taxed at 44%. 44% is our tax rate. So, yeah, we're rolling, yo. We dope rolling. We're big pimping money. In my Subaru, that's like half broke. It's like a jalopy now. The seat's all ripped, It makes a weird sound. Something's going wrong with it. But I drive that thing like a badass bitch, How do you know how to find a walk between what you share? So, I don't care. I have no shame. Sometimes Dan's like, you don't have to do all that. But people think they have these attacks, and I'm just like, bro, you have no fucking idea. Did y'all forget that Dan literally is an attorney? You forget that he was self-employed attorney making really good money. He stopped. So, and people are nosy. They think they have all the answers, Alana. They think they have all the answers. So a lot of the reason when I talk back to them is because they don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to make an ass out of them is honestly what I'm trying to do. It's put the Oreos in the freezer. But what's Drake hopping off about now? Yeah, I'm not a big Oreo person. I agree with you on that one, Drake. I would not. No, I'm not an Oreo person. I'm not an Oreo person. No. Mm-mm. I'm not a really packaged cookie eater. I'm not a packaged cookie eater. Do you guys miss working? No, I couldn't work in the general public at this point in life. I would kill somebody. Do you see? Did you see my facial expressions? I would get fired probably in the first day. Put me in a fucking setting, to deal with customers. What? Do you have eyes? It's over there, right in front of your face. Bro, really? What did you say to me? Fuck you. Go to the next register. Stand in line again because I ain't helping. No, it wouldn't. I couldn't. There's no way. I couldn't do it. I could not work in the general population. I did that when I was weak. When I worked, for 10 plus years in daycare managing, I was such a pussy. Today, as a manager, I would kick some ass. I got my double bubble. Oh my God, I love it. Is Red Bull is healthy? Why they say it's not healthy. It's not healthy, but this is my only caffeine for the day. Not really. I do drink a soda occasionally. People have no idea how hard being self-employed is, baby, honestly. I mean, you have to save for your future. Dan, we bought houses when that market crashed. We had 5 houses at one point. And we sell them according to when we need money, right? Because self-employed, you don't always make money. And so, or the money's not in yet and you got to pay your bills. You have kids, you have, all those things. We've sold houses, over the years because that's our investment. I mean, that would have been nice to retire with all those houses, right? But life just doesn't do that for you.
So when you life, you have to sell things. And so now we're down to 3 properties, including ours. And that's probably where we'll be. So 10 years, I mean, it sucks. And here's me. I mean, this is what I do now. I make money. I make anywhere from anywhere on social media. And now it's not just each platform, it's a combined effort, you know? A high month on social media, I can make 8 grand on a high month. That's depending on the videos, right? On a high month combined, right? And recently it's dropped down to about 5. About 5 or 4. You know, it just depends. It doesn't always make, like, a high month is 8, right? And that's me contributing, right? And those are videos, really. It's just videos and gifts and all that stuff combined. From Meta doesn't pay well unless you're really high up there. So like I said, for my month of June, I cashed out at a cent. A cent. Bye, JD. A cent, you know? Kristen, we weren't that smart, but we were smart enough, right? I'm a pensioner now, come from went into other, oh gosh. So you count your chickens before, money isn't guaranteed. You can't count in this field now that we're in. No, you can't. I could get up to 10 grand with, yeah, in a bikini. I could really sex sells, right? So for us, but that's contributing to the family, right? Dan makes more than me. But again, it's cyclical. It's like being self-employed. If your algorithms are fucked up, which mine has been, you take a hit. And I work every day, right? I don't take time off from this. You can't stop, right? You got to keep going. This job is expensive. This isn't, Mary's here. This isn't an easy job, and you got to entertain. You got to be a little up. You got to be upbeat. And you should see me before I came out. I was like this. I was like, oh, I just want to sit around and do nothing today, And then I got pepped up. We did it. We had a talk. We did things, we did it. We did it. So yeah, half my money goes to taxes, and I got to save for taxes. I got to save for taxes. I haven't really saved this year. Don't say anything. But I mean, we haven't been able to because we haven't really been making a ton of money. Do people steal your content? They try, yeah, Geraldine. If you're married for being equally financially, then therein lays the problem. That makes no sense. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna go. So thank you for the gift. I got a big gift today of $136. Caregiver Days Casino Day. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna swim. I think I'm gonna take a little swim, and then I think Texas killed me. Bedside nursing, and we had So the first month that Ed was off, we did full time care. It was like 20 grand, 20 grand just for full time, around the clock stuff. Crazy. 20 grand plus all the other things that we needed to get to accommodate him. It's expensive, and he pays for caregiving. I mean, that's what the money's for, is caregiving. I give this more than you know, my friend. YouTube apps. Okay, I'm gonna leave because Mary's here, and I'm gonna let her in the house. I gotta do a little bit of arm work before I swim. Oh, hi, Chris. Uh-oh. Hope the luck turns around. Today's Wednesday. So Wednesday is live night. So Dan and I should be live tonight. So stay tuned. If I go to the casino and if I stay a little bit, if I don't get yelled at again, create a scene, then maybe I'll come on and pop on with you guys. Do a little casino live, as I'm ducking and like covering people. Anyway, I don't really make money off of I mean, I'm telling you, Facebook combined with Meta is a full. They don't really pay much. So I'm trying because I know I don't know what it takes on Facebook and Instagram to start making money, but 1 cent and 2 cents. I think the other month it was 68 cents. Wow. I'm making some dough, yo. Anyway, bye Brad, bye Mary, bye everybody. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a great fun day. Sorry, it's been a little heavy lately, hasn't it? But I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, you are important, you are worthy, and you matter. Find your sparkle at some point today. Think about you. Start that quest to be happy. Start your quest to forgive and you never forget, but you can forgive and let go of things. And these shoulders should be dropped, right? The more you let go, the better you are, the happier you are, and the happier you can be. It's all a journey. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from our past. Stop holding on to the past. It is what it is. Anyway, Love you. I'm in the money. I'm in the money. What's the taxes on 1 cent? What's the taxes on the 1 cent? Anybody? How do you get rid? Oh, my aunt's calling me. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Love you.